any ethylene gas from the gas cylinder or any other ethylene generating compounds. Okay. For domestic, this is an optional operation. Whoever wish to reduce the postal losses and who want to have little more marketable, realized market prices for the market, they will be doing such operation. And for export purpose, this is essential. And mainly, even because even for grading, you have to remove the sorting and grading, you have to remove the defective, damaged, and underdeveloped hand. For this dehandling is an essential operation where we can easily observe each bunch and remove those, cull out the defective, damaged, and underdeveloped hands or fingers. And in India, especially for domestic market, other than the Cavendish varieties brand name like Poo1 or Elective Banana, all these little smaller varieties, they are even still they are being transported in bunches only because the little lower volume compared to this Cavendish bananas. Only this Cavendish banana is being have this adopted system of handling even the domestic market, excluding the excluding the other varieties like Poo1 and those. And another major operation is the deflowering and washing. The bunches are, after dehandling, the hands are washed in the water tanks with 10% or 10 ppm chlorine. And before going for washing, we should go for deflowering operation. Here you can see all the fingertips have the floral residues, which needs to be removed to improve its appearance and quality. And after chlorine wash, the hands are again treated with 500 ppm of Benamyl to prevent the crown rot and anthracnose disease. For this 2 minutes deep treatment is sufficient. And another most important operations during handling is the delatexing. Banana also has the sap or fruit sap or latex which exudates when the fruit bunches are being separated from its, the hands are being separated from the bunch. That latex is also having some acridity. When it falls on the skin of the fruit, it will cause some necrosis or damage. Immediately it may not show the spots, but during ripening, that spots where the latex has been fallen, it will develop into a black spot which will reduce its marketability. So this delatexing is also one of the major operations. So to overcome that, the cut hands or fingers are to be placed on the banana leaves or any resin sheets on the ground or any table in such a way that they are in an inverted position, so that the oozing latex should be flowed onto the floor, and the latex from the cut end should not be allowed to drop or stain on the fruits. This all should be in a single layer, not in a more than one layer, because if we are keeping more layers, the top layer may again pass on the exuded latex onto the bottom layer, which will cause again damage to them. And sometimes you can physically do that like that. Otherwise, you can also immediately after separation of the hands from the bunch, they can be put into a water tank containing the detergent solution or sodium hypochlorite solution, which will neutralize that latex solution, and it will not allow to damage the fruit skin or tissues. After washing, after delatexing, we have to air dry them using forced air fans, and then we have to go for packing the hands in a CFB boxes in different single layers by keeping in a vertical position with the tips up and crown downside, and the cushioning pad should be placed in between the different hands to avoid the damage by touching between themselves. And also the fruits may be covered with LDPE liner of around 100 gauge inside the box to create a passive modified atmosphere to maintain, and also to maintain the humidity within the box. The passive modified atmosphere created within the box by this 100 gauge polythene will help in accumulation of more CO2 inside the box, resulting in inhibition of the ripening process, so that the shelf life may be slowly increased. And the next important operation during handling is the pre-cooling. Especially this is mainly if you are transporting the banana fruits for a distant market from South India to Delhi market, or even for the Northeast, then we have to go for this protocol of pre-cooling. And even for export market, this is an essential operation. It should be done within 10 to 12 hours of bunch harvesting. And here we will be going for generally forced air pre-cooling at 13 degrees centigrade with 85 to 90% relative humidity. and it takes around 6 to 8 hours to bring the fruit pulp temperature to that 13 degrees centigrade from field temperature of 30 to 35 degrees centigrade based on the locality of cultivation. And with 13 degrees because 13 degrees is the optimum recommended storage temperature for banana. So we have to bring the commodity in the fruit temperature, in the fruit pulp temperature to that temperature before storing in the cold rooms. Okay, and the box should be immediately moved to cold rooms for storage purposes. And coming to the storage, as I told, the optimum storage condition is a 13 degrees centigrade and with a humidity, relative humidity of 85 to 95%. And the storage life is dependent on the type of cultivar, and it generally ranges from 3 to 4 weeks. If we are storing the banana fruits means lower than the optimum storage temperature, that is 13 degrees centigrade, then we will be seeing the chilling injury symptoms like surface discoloration, dull color appearance, and the fruits may fail to ripen. Uneven ripening can also be seen, and the browning of the flesh is also seen. Generally, we are recommend to store the banana fruits at 13 degrees centigrade. And the means when we could combine the optimum low temperature, that is 13 degrees centigrade, with controlled atmosphere storage, like reduced oxygen and increased CO2 composition, then we will have the extended shelf life advantage. And this is being mostly used in export protocols, these techniques. And here you can see the banana fruits stored for 2 weeks at different temperatures. You can see the chilling injury effects at 0 and even 5 degrees centigrade. With increasing the temperature, the incidence of chilling injury is decreasing. And coming to the ripening process, if you go for natural ripening, it's a very slow process, and there are chances that different hands in a bunch will not ripe at the same time. So there is uneven ripening, and we cannot predict the ripening percentage of the fruits in a bunch. So these are the little issues with the natural ripening. So generally for climatic fruits like mango, banana, and papaya, we may go for artificial ripening to get the uniform uniform colored fruits of uniform quality. If you are using the fully matured fruits, they will respond very rigorously to the autocatalytic property of the endogenous evolved ethylene. Means once ethylene is produced, it will go for autocatalysis. It will trigger its own mechanism of ethylene biosynthesis, and it will hasten up the ripening process. Okay, that happens only when the fruits are 100% mature, which we are harvest for the local market. But in case of less mature fruits, especially when we harvest them for at 75% maturity for longer distance transport or for export purpose, then we need to rely on the external ethylene sources for ripening, for uniform ripening of such fruits. And this the response of such less mature fruits is dose dependent. Means higher the dose, the means ripening rate may be little faster. Here you can see the pictorial representation of the ripening and over ripening of the banana fruits at 20 degrees centigrade and relative humidity of 80 to 85%. You can see, and you can means color differentiation you can directly see in the top picture, and in the second one you can see the how the carbon dioxide and ethylene production has been varying. You can see the CO2 peak has appeared within means faster by the 4th day of storage, while the ethylene peak has come up in the around 16 means towards the end of the storage life. And here you can see the different stages of ripening on a single fruit. Generally, means with the increasing the stages of ripening, the starch conversion to sugars will be high. The fruits will be more sweeter towards the end of the ripening stage. So, and here you can see the difference between the control fruits and ethylene treated fruits after 7 days of ethylene treatment and storage at 20 degrees centigrade. Especially the granite banana, for this golden yellow color development, they need to be stored at 20 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, the temperature has effect on the pigment development and chlorophyll degradation. The main yellow color development in the banana is mainly due to degradation of the chlorophyll pigment present in the peels and expression of the carotenoids already present in the peel. This degradation of chlorophyll is being affected by the temperature in especially granite varieties. So granite varieties should be stored at 20 degrees centigrade for golden yellow color development. For other varieties, even at room temperature, the yellow color development is normal. Here you can see the different stages, how the color change happens during ripening. Here you can see the ripening process with the changing with the temperature of storage at 20 degrees, 25, and finally at 30 degrees. And ripening chambers, these means earlier they used to traditionally ripen by keeping in a enclosed structure and by smoking. Earlier they used to practice, then calcium carbide they were using, which is being banned now. Means commercially they cannot use the calcium carbide. It is being banned in India for use for many years. Okay, still in some markets you can see the usage of that calcium carbide, which is a carcinogenic chemical. To overcome that, government is promoting other these ripening chambers, and even FSSAI has given strict rules for and for endorsing the approved methods of artificial ripening. They can use means these ripening chambers are nothing but a closed structure of which is insulated, having airtight structure. In this, mainly we release the ethylene gas. You can see here the product can be arranged vertically in either in crates or racks, and it has a connection for the external ethylene gas source. Either it could be from a cylinder, or we can keep a ethylene generator inside. Ethylene generators are available, which use the ethyl alcohol as a ingredient, and which will means catalyze or oxidize it to release means ethylene gas. There is one more option. Another is the use of ethyl solution, which is a precursor for ethylene releasing, which is little acidic in nature. And when you place that ethyl solution into a airtight container and add some basic component, basic compound like sodium hydroxide, it will slowly release the ethylene gas into the airtight chamber, and it will trigger the ripening action. And these are the different sources of ethylene for any ripening chambers. And coming to the means maximum concentration we require is 100 ppm of ethylene, and the exposure period is minimum for 24 hours. We have to expose the fruits for faster ripening, and after that we have to ventilate the room to remove the build up CO2. Otherwise, it will again inhibit the ripening process. And by doing so we can expect the fruits to be ripened within 3 to 4 days, while the control fruits may take around 7 to 8 days for ripening, even more, sometimes 10 days. And as I told, this is the airtight cold room. Even any airtight rooms or insulated rooms can be used for ripening chamber. These are commercial walk-in ripening chambers with a cylinder of ethylene cylinder connected to it, and we have the sensors to maintain that 100 ppm concentration. And it also have a ventilation facility. Whenever the CO2 concentration is too high, it will open the outlet exhaust to remove the excess CO2 from the ripening chamber. And IHR has developed one low-cost ripening technology. As it is visible from here, it is nothing a pipe makeshift structure. We can make it with of different capacities of half ton or 1 ton capacity. The cost will not be more than 2,000 to make this structure, even less than that, based on the even with the local available material. If you have a tarpaulin sheet, using that also you can make a structure like this. And inside that you can arrange the crates with D-handed banana hands, and then we have to place a small beaker. We have to calculate the area of the structure, and for every cubic meter of the tent we need to use 2 ml of liquid ethereal solution and for every 2 ml for every each ml of ethereal we have to add 0.25 grams of sodium hydroxide or caustic soda, which is easily available in the detergent shops. And this liquid ethereal is easily available in the pesticide shops. Especially the students who are going for RAVE program in future, even you can guide the farmers where you are going to the villages. You can guide them for this safe ripening and low cost ripening technology, which can be used for all the climatic fruits, not only banana, mango, and papaya, even sapota. All these climatic fruits can be easily ripened using this low cost ripening technology. Okay, and this enclosing time is for 24 hours. After that, the covers has to be removed. The structure can be remain there. Only cover has to be opened and it should be ventilated so that the fruits get ripened. As I told, for granite variety, we need to maintain the temperature in the of 20 degrees centigrade to get that golden yellow color. Otherwise, other varieties easily will, and mangoes also even get the color without any temperature correlation. And here you can see the ethylene gas treated and 20 degrees stored banana fruits. You can see the how good the color development is there, and they can be stored at the recommended temperature of even 13 or 15 degrees centigrade for more than 10 days intactly. Means good shelf life is also there. And even for extending shelf life, there are some treatments, some under trials like giving some edible coating solutions. Here you can see the control is the first row of fruits are uncoated or control fruits. The second one is some composite edible coating. And another is composite film with polyethylene glycol solution, which is more effective in delaying the ripening process. These coating solutions mainly act as a thin layer of coating on the fruit surface, and it will create a passive modified atmosphere and microclimate inside the surrounding the fruit peel, so that it will accumulate some CO2 and inhibit the ripening process. Means in this mechanism, by this mechanism, they will be extending the shelf life to certain extent. And here you can see there is one chemical called 1-MCP. It is now earlier it was used in only developed countries. Now even in India it was permitted and approved. This chemical acts with a mechanism of it is an action inhibitor of ethylene. It will go and bind to the ethylene receptors. Generally, fruits have some ethylene receptors on which the ethylene goes and binds and trigger the ripening process. Here, the 1-MCP is a chemical which is structurally similar to the ethylene compound. It will go and bind to the ethylene receptors, and it will not allow the ethylene to go and bind, so that the ripening process gets delayed. After that, also how it will ripe is the ethylene receptors will keep on forming gradually, even with the storage time. So when the new receptors form, when all the effect of 1-MCP is gone, when the new ethylene receptors are formed, then that innate ethylene or external ethylene gets bind and trigger. Then the ripening process again slowly starts, and thus the exact ripening process will be delayed, and the shelf life will be extended ultimately. And in addition to that, even hexanol is one such chemical, which is the new chemical which is used for the extending the shelf life of climatic fruits, not only banana, even in mango also is extensively being studied. It acts with a mechanism of delaying the ripening, and as well as also it prevents the spoilage. By activating the defense mechanisms in the fruit tissues, it will inhibit the spoilage and avoid the fruit rots. Okay, here you can see the difference between the control fruits and ethylene. Ethylene will be more enhanced or faster ripening. You can see, so faster spoilage by by 24th day. You can see the difference. In hexanol is the delayed effect. We have the good fruits till 24th day. And hexanol, you can see even inoculated studies they have done with the anthracnose and other post-harvest pathogens. It was found to be effective to control the post-harvest diseases. And coming to the processing and value addition of the banana, we have a diversified range of products which can be prepared from the banana fruit. And in banana, especially if you see, again, we have two types. One is the plantain type, which can also be used for processing and value addition. Mainly the northern variety is being used for chips production, and other plantain types are being used for making banana flour and for baby food products. And green banana, even normal fruits green banana means green mature stage of the normal fruit banana can also be used at that stage, because it's rich in starch for production of similar products which can be made from plantains. And ripe banana can be used for a wide range of products like puree and other products, even for powder making. And in addition to this, another edible products can also be made from the male flowers, generally which will be harvested and thrown off. They can be used as a for making of some valued products like pickles or other products. And the pseudostem can also be used. It has a different components that we'll be dealing means in detail later. And also leaves, traditionally we are using for the as a food plate. In addition to that, now some packaging technology is also being have developed recently using the leaves. Coming to the banana, means in value among the valued products, banana slices means as a canned product, it is available in market in some countries. Means to get the best quality slices for canning, we need to process it in the early stage of ripening. With the increase with the progression of the ripening, the tissue hardness will be decreasing, and we will not get the good cuts and good sharp cuts for making the good textured slices for canning. And here the processing is done in the syrup of 25-degree Brix with the pH of 4.2 for canning. And sometimes we will be using the foaming agents like calcium chloride or calcium lactate to maintain the texture of the banana slices. And another is the intermediate moisture products like of banana slices. Here the slices are generally blanched and equilibrated in a solution of glycerol, sucrose, and potassium sorbate and potassium metabisulfate. It is a more or less like a osmotic dehydration. First, it will be allowed to dip in this solution for some time for the osmosis to complete. Then it will be dried to get a final moisture of around 30%. Means it's the moisture content is more than the completely dried products and less than the fresh fruit. So it is called intermediate moisture food, and it is generally shelf stable for around 3 to 6 months. And another value-added product is the banana powder. Means there are two types. One is the banana flour. When you are making from the plantain types or even from green banana, it is called flour. Generally, for this, we can go for manual cleaning followed by you can slicing and drying. We can go for that method, or even we can go for blanching for easy peeling, followed by slicing again drying. After drying in a tray dryer for around 4 to 7 hours, we have to powder the dried slices using a pulverizer. And that banana flour has it's rich in starch, and it has multiple utility in the baking as well as confectionery products. And it can also be used as a substitute or replacement for maida or even atta in making of chapati and other products. And another is the ripe fruit flour. Here it is little difficult because due to the sugar content of the ripe fruits, compared to ripe fruit, green fruit are easy for making powder. Here we have to fully ripe fruits. We have to peel them and make them into paste by using a colloidal mill. Then we have to add some sodium metabisulfate, which to improve the color of the final product. Then we can go for different types of drying methods, either spray drying or drum drying, which will give a different set of recovery with 8 to 11% recovery in the spray drying method and 13% recovery in the drum drying method. Okay. And this powder, ripe fruit powder, can also be used as an ingredient in various confectioneries like cake making, even bread making, and even some baby food products. This can be used. Banana chips is one of the most commonly value-added product available in the market. Generally made from the green banana or plantains, especially the Nendran variety is highly suitable for making of these banana chips. General unripe peeled bananas, they are taken and thinly sliced using a mechanical or manual method, and they are immersed in more metabisulfate, sodium or potassium metabisulfate to avoid browning on other color changes. Then later it is fried in a hydrogenated oil at 180 to 200 degrees centigrade. After frying, they are dusted with a salt or pepper based on to make the different flavors. Okay, and the slices may be even at times the slices will be dried before frying to facilitate lower absorption of oil. And also in recently some technologies we have got like vacuum frying. Okay, traditional method is completely deep deep oil frying was done for banana chips. Now we have got some technologies like vacuum frying where the oil absorption by the chips or the slices will be less. Those can also be, but not so much into the market have come because the traditional product is already established well. Maybe, but some research is going on in preparation of such vacuum fried slices or chips in banana too. Recently, we may hope to see some of such also. Already in market, we are seeing the products of some bindi as well as jackfruit, ripe jackfruit slices, vacuum fried ones are available in the market. In soon, the even banana also you may see. Coming to the beverages, we can make different types of beverages. Since it is a pulpy fruit, we have to go for a particular means use of the pectolytic enzymes to overcome the that pectin use action, and we can even get the clarified juice also by using these enzymes. Means not in India, but outside means in market in the international market we can see some banana nectar and even banana juices are available in the market. These are the some recipes for making banana based beverages, and even banana jam. They are in may not be in India, but in a worldwide we have a lot of market for banana jam, and several also already readily available also the recipes. And among the varieties in India, which we have, Puvan and Karpur varieties are highly suitable for the jam making process because they have the means more pectin content and which is required for jam preparation. And even jelly, since the pectin is abundant in these fruits, that also helps in preparation of jelly, which gives enough strength for the jelly setting. This is the recipe you can see. After peeling and slicing, we have to add some water and boil it for 30 minutes on light heat. Then we have to strain it, and then we have to add some sugar and citric acid and boil it till we get the end point consistency of setting of jelly setting. Okay, other than that, banana wine, even this, actually, even at IHR, we have the means commercialization technology of this banana wine. We have the technology, but means the final product will be having a 9 to 12% of alcohol content, which acts as itself as a preservative. Only the thing is, if someone wants to go for a startup with the banana wine, the only thing is because it comes under excise department and it is a state subject, you have to see in means each state. In Karnataka, means it comes under state excise department. You have to see in other states in Andhra Pradesh whether it is in excise department or means state to state it varies. That you have to see before venturing into banana wine or any other fruit wines. Even in IHR, we have the other fruit wines. Am I audible, sir?
Audible, Rakesh.
Audible, sir? Okay, the power has gone here, so I connected to my mobile.
Okay.
Okay. Banana wine is also one of the technology. It is having means among the fruit wines, it is also having good demand. And other than that, banana puree is one product. Mainly, it is being used for fed to the children, especially. Then the procedure is very easy, just by pulping the peeled and ripe bananas. And but the preservation is in homes generally. All the mothers used to feed their children by making the banana puree freshly. But if you want to go for preserving or to make it ready available commodity, then there are three methods available like canning, aseptical canning, or acidification followed by normal canning process or quick freezing method. Among these three, worldwide, the first method, the aseptic canning procedure, is being followed compared to other two methods. Even our Indian market also, some products of this frozen banana purees are available. Some company of Jain Irrigation, they have started the pulps, so puree of banana and even mango pulp. They have started in retail packaging. They have started selling them. And banana figs, they are nothing but dried or dehydrated whole banana fruit, which is having a sticky consistency and it is more sweet. And the most suitable cultivars are the Karpuravalli and dwarf Cavendish varieties. Generally, they can be either dried under sun or in an oven at 50 degrees centigrade for 24 hours. And the shelf life is generally 3 to 4 months at ambient conditions. And banana flower pickle is one of the means a byproduct utilization. The male flowers which are harvested means during bunch development to facilitate the finger growth. Generally, the male flowers are being harvested, which is called denaveling. Generally, they may go as waste. Otherwise, in some areas, they consume it as a vegetable. Otherwise, it may get wasted, or it have lower economic value because of poor shelf life. That can also be used for value addition by making pickle. It involves just we have to remove the pistil part and blanch them and grind, and we have to add for some spices and oil. And the pickle is around stable at ambient conditions for 1 year. And banana soup mix. This is also one of the technology developed by NRC Banana. This is mainly prepared from dried banana flowers and banana flour. Here they will be mixing the banana flour with the corn flour and some dried vegetables or freeze dried vegetables and some spices in various proportions to get that banana flour soup mix. And it is generally stable for 6 months under ambient conditions. In addition to this technology developed by NRC Banana, there are also some some startup companies have developed recipes for banana soup from the pseudostem and also from the ripe banana fruits. Some instant soup mix are also being developed and they are available in the market. And coming to the banana baby foods and health drinks, these are all the actually secondary products developed from the banana flour, which has been produced from the ripe fruits or green banana fruits or plantain banana. That is being used as the main ingredient. Means it will be fortified with some other additions like for baby food making. Generally, it is fortified with milk powder, green gram, and sugar. And for health drinks, it is fortified with chocolate powder and barley powders and some sugar. Okay, and these are also available in the market. And those are the some of the products from the main parts like banana, fruit, and flower. And coming to the pseudostem, it is also one of the major component of the whole tree, which has multiple utility. The pseudostem has different components like fiber. The external leaf sheath, outer sheath has more fiber, and the structure is the one of the byproduct of that. And the sap, when we cut the pseudostem, whatever the sap which is exudated, that can also have some that also has some utility. And the central core is the inner core, which can be used for, which is hard, little more hard, which can be used for as a edible portion for and making for different products like candy, pickles, and RTS. The fiber which is extracted from the outer leaf sheaths of the pseudostem, it can be used for making of textile and even high grade papers, and also for microcrystalline cellulose for weaving, and also handicrafts and some handmade paper and boards also we can make using that fiber. And the structure which can be used for vermicompost, manure, and for fish feed making, and also for preparation of particle boards. And the sap which is exudating from the pseudostem can be used as a liquid fertilizer and as a micronutrient spray. And means more work on this aspect of use of pseudostem sap is being done at Navsara Agriculture University, Gujarat. They have developed some formulations also, and they have commercialized that formulation. Or means all over Gujarat, it's highly popular, and they're being facilitating its production. And also the sap can also be used as a mordant in textile dyeing. And regarding the central core, already we have discussed for making of candy, pickles, and RTS preparation. And these are some of the value-added products from the pseudostem. You can see the different paper products or even textile-based clothes, weaving, and even different handicrafts, baskets, and those things we can make from the banana fibers. And coming to the banana leaf, already traditionally we are using as a food plate. In addition to that, we are giving just little shape for it, even by drinking for extending its shelf life, and also for packing. As it means, because nowadays the polythene packaging has become a nuisance, and all means everyone wants to promote the biodegradable packaging, and this is one of the best option for means as a biodegradable packaging for all even the vegetables or most of the food items. This can be used. this is from my hand. Any doubts or clarifications from the students, you can ask.
Okay. Thank you, Vijay, for your wonderful lecture. Any questions from students? If you have any questions, please post in chat box. I think no one is posted.
These are all UG students, of all years mixed or third year, final year?
No, all years. First year, second year, and third year students are there.
Okay.
So if you have any doubts, please post in the group. We will intimate that question to the sir and to be clarified. Sir, shall we conclude? Vinay sir?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No one is posted any question.
Okay.
No questions. So on behalf of organizing committee, College of Horticulture, Venkataramanagudam, I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Vijay Rakesh Reddy, scientist, horticulture, IIHR Bangalore, in the Division of Post-Harvest Technology and Agricultural Engineering, for delivering a good lecture on value addition of banana. SAR has covered all aspects from pre-harvest factors, harvesting, post-harvest management in banana, safe ripening techniques, value addition, and finally the utilization of byproducts. So in all aspects covered very well manner, and that is very useful to our students. Vijay Rakesh Reddy sir. So thank you for accepting our invitation and for delivering a wonderful lecture on the valuable addition of banana. I also express my sincere thanks to all students and teaching staff, scientists from HRS Kovur for attending this program. Thank you one and all. Thank you, Vijay, once again.
Thank you, Ashwin.
Thank you, Rakesh.